everybody. Today we're going to be working on the International 1100C, and I'd say it's bright and early, but it's still dark. The day doesn't wait on anybody, so let's grab our tools, bring them on over, and see what we can get done today. Thanks for joining. Now when I put the engine together, I pop the distributor in and I set timing already as far as TDC and getting that distributor put in. So as you can see, never been ran. So she's just been sitting for a couple years since I finished the Scout LS swap. So we are going to pull these plugs, probably drop a little Mr. Oil in there, and just let it turn over when we first do the crank, because I want to get all the electrical system and ignition system going first. We'll test for spark after that, pop everything on, get some oil in the engine, then work on getting fuel to the engine, and we'll go from there. Awesome, so we got the slave cylinder out. We're gonna go ahead and swap this bracket over to the new slave cylinder, and we'll get that put back in and move on to the next project. All right. Secure. Looks good to me. All right. spacers wise. Oh, that spacers. Get the other one on top and draw that down. Not gonna lie, the mosquitoes out here are insane. Let's see. Beautiful. Okay. Just take some Marvel Mystery Oil, pop it inside the cylinders. Don't want anything happening to the oil rings. It's been a couple years since we've ran this last, or turned it over. And after that, we're gonna go ahead and connect the ground strap here to the block and the body and toss a battery in this sucker. We were able to find the ignition key, and we're gonna go ahead and crank it over and see if we can get some movement. All right, so we found a bolt that's going to work for the ground strap. Just going to go ahead and sand down the block right here, or on the head, and that should give us a good ground. So you can guess where we are again, but we're not here to take a tour of the shop. We're in here to grab some sandpaper to sand down a ground for the head, and you might recognize that vehicle if you've seen my 1959 Porsche video. So check it out if you haven't. But what we're gonna do is grab some sandpaper to sand down the head so that we can ground the International and see if we can get her cranked up today. So, so please be patient and let's go get this thing started. Alright, you guys, so we've got the starter hooked up down here. Just got to tighten these bolts here, and we'll go ahead and put the battery back on and try to crank it again and see where we get with that.
much to make a living doing this, or is it for you?
So, let's see. Just want to see if we have power to the starter. And there we go. Engine turns freely. Let's see. So this. Oh great, we have a tank full of paint thinner, which is nice. We'll have to drain that later. And then we have the engine turning free. And the alternator gauge is working. All right, fantastic. All right, guys. Today we were able to swap out the clutch slave cylinder. So that's all working now. We pulled the plugs, put some Marvel Mist Oil in the block before we turned it over. We got all the electrical hooked up, added a ground strap and a battery, found the key for the ignition, which was really important, and turned it over. So what we're going to do now is we're going to crank the engine a few more times, get the cylinders cleaned out. We're going to go ahead and swap the plugs for some new ones, put those in, and I think that's going to do it for today's video. Thanks for sticking around, and hope to see you next time.